And another woman that can take your spotlight. If I wrote you.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Bailey. If you're a return subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to see me. So in today's video, I am going to be recreating the viral TikTok Amaya colon. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. I'm probably butchering it. Sorry, but the pink look, this look, okay? This is what we're gonna be recreating. Makeup artist had a video on TikTok, and I found his TikTok video, and we're gonna follow it word for word, bar for bar, okay? Okay, let's just get straight into it. I've already done skincare, and it's been sitting for a good few minutes. Okay, so for primer, I'm going in with the Makeup Forever Shine Control Step 1 primer, a 20-hour mattifying base primer. I just take just a little bit, because a little does go a long way. And I rub that in my T-zone area. And a little bit on my chin. And after I rub, I'm gonna kind of just pat it in as well. And you see it's mattifying those oily areas of mine. So he said the first thing we're gonna do is brows. So he's going in and shading his first. I like to go in with the e.l.f. brow lift. So I'm gonna do that first, eliminate my brows and let them sit and kind of set. And then I'll come back and fill them in. Now I'm gonna take my NYX brow pen in the shade Espresso and just do hair-like strokes on my brows. And in the video, he says to make the brows 2016. And I wasn't doing makeup in 2016. But from my understanding, it just means a fuller brow. More fuller and defined brow. Okay, I know they look scary right now, but once I conceal them, I think it'll look a little better. We're definitely trusting the process here, okay? I'm going in with the House Labs in the shade 43. And I am gonna conceal under my brows. Okay, these brows look super bold, but we're gonna keep going. Okay, he said the next step is to take that same concealer and bring it down on your lid. So I'm just gonna put some directly on my lid and then blend it out. Also, to make sure that you blend the concealer up into the brows to create that gradient fade. You know what I'm saying?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Okay, next he said to set with some translucent powder. I don't have any translucent powder, so I'm gonna use my Huda Beauty in the shade Banana Bread. The Easy Bake powder. I used a beauty blender, but I'm gonna use a brush and set that. Okay, so for the lids, he said to start off with a bronzy shadow. So I'm gonna go in with my NYX Ultimate Neutral, Warm Neutral palette. I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush, and I think I'm gonna take this shade right here. I feel like it's the most bronzy. I'm just gonna take a little bit because he used a little, and basically that goes in the crease area, kind of the overall color for the lid. And you know, whatever we do to one side, we do to the other side. So also with this bronzy shade, bring it like up into the brow bone and down into the nose area. He said this would help when it's time to contour. And don't forget again to pull it out. He said this creates more of a lifted effect. Okay, so next he went in with a pink. I don't have a pink in my palette, so I'm gonna go in with this Juvia's Place blush volume 4, and I'm gonna use this lighter shade because it looked like the shade that he used was very like sheer. And he basically put the pink kind of in the same areas as he put that first bronzy shade. I don't know, guys, I'm not a eyeshadow girl, so like this is all new to me, so we're learning together. Okay, next he says to go in with a deeper brown with a more detailed brush. So I'm taking this kind of straight brush, and I'm gonna go in with this deep brown right here. He said kind of taking it up here, and you want to create depth. You want this darker shade to point kind of towards the front of the brow. He said to go back in with that first brush and just kind of start to blend everything with no product. Okay, once we blend it to the gods, babe, we're gonna take a nude shadow. So I'm gonna take this nude shade right up here, front of the lid, kind of to create a fake cut crease. Okay, and once we've created this faux cut crease, he said to go in with pink again. So I'm gonna go back into my volume 4 Julia Place blush palette, and I'm gonna use this bottom lighter pink. And he said to put that just kind of in the middle. It's kind of pretty. I hope it doesn't look too crazy. He said to finish it off, a white eyeshadow to hit the inner tear duct. I'm gonna use this brush that I did the pink with, and I'm gonna go in with this white shade right here and put that on it tear duct. And then there's this like pink shimmer shade right here, and I'm gonna put that on top of that white shadow. Now he says to draw like the thinnest wing liner. So I'm not gonna do this on camera. I'm gonna do it off camera because I suck at these, so I'll be right back. Okay, now it's finally time for a base. For foundation, I'm using my Fenty Beauty Skin Tint Stick in the shade 21. I'm gonna spray my brush with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Finish Spray and just blend out my concealer. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm focusing my foundation on the lower parts of my face, like the shade match. We're gonna do it every time, baby. Then with cream contour, and I'm gonna use the NYX Pro Fix Stick in the shade Deep Walnut, and I'm just gonna rub that on the back of my hand first. I'm just gonna rub that with my contour brush and just go in and contour that way. I'm trying a new technique, see how I like it. I was told, or I've been seeing the girls say that when you do it this way, it gives you more control, and also a like airbrush finish to keep the contour focus more upward, not to bring it, drag it further down. Give that snatched look. And for my nose, I saw this video that this creator did where basically he said to not be precise when you're contouring or bronzing your nose. So I'm just kind of gonna spread it all over my nose and contour that way. A little towards the front of my chin. I think I like it that way. It does, it definitely leaves like an airbrush finish. I look like I got a nice tan right now, you know? Okay, now it's getting down to the fun part. So now it's time for cream blush, and I'm gonna use Julia's Place in the shade Rosy Posy, and I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand. This is very pigmented, but this is where you want, this is the part in the makeup in this look where you want to overuse a product. So he said for the cream blush, I'm just trying to get a good bit. He said start right here under your eye and to drag it, not drag it, but the blush should flow up towards your temple. Is that blush not so pretty? Like, and remember, keep it high up. We don't want to drag it down. And that was only a little bit of this blush. Like, this is how we're looking. A little crazy, but trust the process. Trust the process. And for the blush, I did two 2-ish layers of this blush. It's so pigmented, you really don't need 2 layers. After 1 you should be good. I'm also gonna put a little blush on my nose. I saw in the video that he had a little on the tip of his nose. I'm just gonna add a little right there. Now it's time for concealer. So I'm gonna go back in with that House Labs concealer in the shade 43. Just to do a thin layer. He said when you blend out the concealer, blend it over the cream blush. This will create the appearance of it coming out of the skin as if you're blushing, which is what we're going for. So I went ahead and did my concealer placement as well, and this is it. So I'm gonna let this dry down for a little bit before I blend it out. This is it all blended out. This House Labs concealer, I've been reading to her, like she has been my go-to recently, and yeah, y'all should definitely go try her out. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with one more concealer shade to highlight. I think he did say he highlighted, but I'm gonna go in with the Huda Beauty in the shade Crumble. Okay, so my camera died for a second, but I just went ahead and blended out that concealer and also set. And I set with the Huda Beauty the Huda Beauty Banana Bread Easy Bake Powder. Now he said to go in with translucent powder. I don't have translucent powder, so I'm gonna go in with my Sephora Micro Smooth and set those areas of my face. Bronzer, I'm going in with the NARS Laguna bronzer in the shade Laguna 6. And he said when doing this, do it the same way you did that contour in a C shape. I just bronze where I contoured. I'm going to be using the Juvia's Place Volume 4 palette. I am going to tweak his blush technique just a little bit. I'm going to take a super fluffy brush, and I am going to start with this lighter pink shade, and I am going to buff under my eyes and outwards, keeping it high up on my cheekbones. I feel like doing it with this fluffy brush creates like a airbrush look. I'm going to go in with that deeper pink, and I'm going to focus that more just on the outer part, keeping it high. Like, isn't that so pretty? This lighter shade one more time, just to create a more seamless blend. You guys seeing this? This blush looks so good. For the lashes, I'm gonna be using a telescopic lash mascara. Okay, now it's time for the lip combo. I just went in with the Sephora lip liner, Molasses, and now I'm gonna go in with this Huda Beauty lipstick in the shade Prom Night. In the shade Nude. This is the finished look, y'all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
I never knew there was a love like this before. Never had someone to show me a love like this before. I never knew there was a love like this before.
You don't put.
Never had someone to show me a love like this before. I never knew there was